gosh. Here we go. First impressions on two knives I've been waiting on. Here's a big bulldog. Open these up. I'm pretty excited about this. I could have the shakes. Let's see. Okay. Put that away. Oh my gosh. What could it be? Well, I'm sure you already know what it is, but well, let's get these rubber bands out of the way. Well, that's one of them. There's the other one. Well, I can't help it. The 7V, to me, is the holy grail of production Emersons. So, naturally, I'm going to want to look at this first. Now, by the way, these aren't new. I took this 7V as a trade, payment trade, to bolster the flipper. So now this is my very first backspacer model Emerson. Which, by the way, I want to make this announcement. The A100 that I bolstered, and there was supposed to be a part 2. Well, I got so excited to ship that back to the guy that I did the work for that I forgot to make a part 2. So, sorry about that. But, let's get it open. Oh, and by the way, these pivots are going to be tight because my buddy lives in Canada, and apparently they have some goofy knife laws, so let's just relax that pivot a little bit. There, that's better. And there she is. To me, this is the holy grail of production 7s. It's just, it feels typical 7. Okay. This is quite coarse. This is so cool. I mean, like I said, this is, to me, the best production 7. This is the first time, by the way, that I've ever seen a 7 in person. I used to love the Wave. Now I have a 7B, as you know, and I really like them without the Wave. But essentially these are the same knife, but this has the Wave, the V. Now I also have that waved non-V. The blade's off this because I'm doing bolster work to it. Surface ground. But let's get this put away. This is cool. This really is. I never was a backspacer guy until I did the A100, and now I really like the backspacer. I mean, they both look good. They both have their advantages. But that's cool. Yes, I will be bolstering this. I have an idea. And when I get around to it and I get this bolstered, this is special to me. This really is. So that's cool. Really cool. Hear that detent? Perfect. Smooth. Okay, let's get to the flipper. This will also be a first for me as well. Never seen a flipper in real life. Never held a flipper in real life. So here is a flipper in real life. Now, before we flip it, let's relax this pivot just a little bit. Look at that. S35VN, there you go. Feels to me like it needs sharpen, but okay, my first flip. Haha, that's very cool. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't think. Let me kind of back this up so you can see more of what's going on here. Okay, I didn't think I was gonna like this big flipper being there. But wow, that actually really feels, it gives like my finger some security. Now, I read on the net, or I watched on YouTube, someone said if you grip real hard, you could unlock this. So, let's flip it. And I'm going to squeeze this really hard. And that play is probably because I might have this too loose. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. I couldn't see you accidentally unlocking this at all. But I think that lockup is... I might have this still too loose. There, let's try this. Hey, I didn't know this, but there's no blade stop pin like on the 7 there, the V. I don't know much. Like I said, this is my first. This is my first flipper, so I don't know much about them. But that's really cool. This is a cool piece. Really cool piece. For some reason, this feels thinner in the hand. than the 7V. My personal custom feels like it's kind of in the middle. It's thinner than the V, but it doesn't feel as thin as the flipper. And as a matter of fact, $524, whoops, custom, $560, 7V, $573. What do you know? My hands are pretty calibrated. So that's pretty thin feeling. Let's get these out of the way. Yeah, this flipper, I mean, that does look kind of big. I'm not a good flipper person. But that's cool. That's really cool. So, long story short here, I will be bolstering this. I'm actually going to probably start tomorrow. And this is going to look pretty slick. I really appreciate being able to be able to have this in hand, and much less to be able to work on it. I mean, the guy, not to give away too much personal business, but he wanted this bolstered, and in return he wanted to give me a 7V as payment. And at first I wasn't really liking the deal, not because it wasn't a good deal, but I don't want to take somebody's knife. I mean, I understand, you know, you don't have money, I get that, but man, I mean, I love every piece in my collection. You know, I never want to get rid of it unless it's something unless it's something that I want to do, like my Mini 15, my blue one. I really liked it in a way, but in a way I just never carried it. And so I could justify getting rid of it. My interest in it just fell off, you know? And even though this is the holy grail of 7s for me outside of a custom 7, this is the holy grail of production 7s, I just didn't want to take it on the guy. But he had 2 of them and he really insisted, so I said, sure, I guess I'll go for it, you know? And I just really appreciate it, you know? I really like this knife. I felt 2 ways, but there you go. First impressions on both rock. And I'll tell you what I like most about this. If you can see that line that comes down that separates the tip from the body or the belly, it doesn't have a straight up and down, it's slanted. Okay, now let's take this. This to me looks straight up and down. It's not quite straight up and down, but you can see this one's more aggressively slanted. I think that's cool. And then let's have a look at this one. You know, they they all have this like hand ground kind of a look. No two are exactly the same. At least they don't look that way to me. So, but you know, this is a 13. This here, I believe, was a 14. No, this is a 13 too. And this one obviously is made after 14. You know, I never really was a fan of black blades, and this is the first black Emerson, and I really don't mind that black coating. But anyway, I just wanted to show these off. That's cool. I just wanted to show these off. Maybe a little before and after, if you will, of the 7 flipper. When I will actually get to this one, it will be sometime, because I have an idea for this. This is going to be special. And before I can do my idea, I have some work ahead of me. I have some custom work I'm going to do scale-wise. I want to practice before I do anything with this one. So, that's that. I'll just catch you in the next one. Hopefully I don't forget to make a part 2 like I did on the A100. I totally failed at that. So, but anyway, I'll get rolling and I'll talk to you in the next one.